Well, thank you, Chairman Takano. And Mr. Speaker, as a 20-year veteran myself, it's an honor to stand before you today. I would say that the urgency of what our veterans are facing should not be lost on this body. Autoimmune disorders, cancer, chronic disease, respiratory issues, infertility, and organ failure are just a few in a lengthy list of conditions associated with toxins during military service. Why should our veterans who risk their lives on the battlefield now have to battle for their health care when they return home? There should be no question of our commitment to the veterans who voluntarily served our nation without hesitation. This body should not hesitate to pass this legislation, the Honoring Our Pact Act. I'm proud to serve a district that has such a strong military and veterans presence. Nearly 1 out of every 6 people in Virginia's 2nd Congressional District is a veteran, and even more are their family members. Many of those veterans come from the Gulf War era, with 42% of them having served in the post-9/11 era. My presence at this podium today reconfirms my unwavering commitment to all of our constituents who depend on the passage of this legislation to get the health care that they deserve from toxic exposure. Let me be clear, veterans have earned the right to accessible VA health care. As such, the choice is clear that we need to pass the Honoring Our Pact Act. Our work on this vital legislation has been bipartisan, and it incorporates 2 bills that I've introduced. The Covenant Act, which recognized the toxic exposure of so many of our veterans and established their eligibility for health care. Furthermore, we've introduced in this legislation a provision that brings the VA healthcare notifications into the 21st century, allowing the Secretary of the VA to notify our veterans of their disability determinations electronically, something that is long overdue and has been coordinated with and requested by the Secretary of the VA. Let me say again that as a 20-year veteran myself, I support this legislation, and I want to get this health care to all of those veterans who've served and who so desperately need it, and I yield back.